Today was not fun. Um, no, today was not fun. To start things off, I was told I needed to fast today, so my appointment wasn't until 1:30, and I was like, that's okay. I can go to 1:30 without any food. Um, and then I was supposed to go in, I guess, for lab work. That's the fasting, and a HSG, which stands for hysterosalpingogram. That thing, HSG. Um, I had no idea what that was, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. Allow me to read to you what that is. The HSG is an X-ray procedure that looks at the inside of the uterus and fallopian tubes with the help of a dye placed in the uterus through a catheter. Yeah. The risks of this procedure include, but are not limited to, the following: perforation of the uterus, allergic reaction to the dye, infection, and radiation exposure. Um, just a beautiful list of shit. Uh, so that was today. Um, so I have a post-it note with two things of information on it. One thing says, the top part says, that the HSG and labs. It also tells me I need to fast. And the other one is for Wednesday, telling me where my sonogram stuff is for Wednesday. Well, I got them confused. So the sonogram was in Irving, and the HSG labs and stuff today were in Dallas. So guess where I went? Irving! So, didn't realize I was in the wrong location until it was my appointment time. And the Dallas location's about 20-something minutes away. So I called them, and they're gonna go ahead and get me in anyway. They'll have to see everyone else ahead of me, but then they'd get me in. It's like, okay, fine. So remember, I'm fasting at this point still. So we get to the clinic, and it's about 2:00. We get seated, and I get to go inside at about maybe 3:30. Get the procedure done. Get out. I don't eat until 5. So, which was half an hour ago from when I'm recording this. So I was so hungry. So hungry. But it was my own fault. I missed my actual appointment because I got the locations and what I was supposed to be doing today mixed up. But anyway. But yeah, so you lay down on the table, legs in the stirrups like you do. Speculum goes in, catheter goes on up in there, and then it just kind of like you feel like bloated. It's not a fun feeling getting injected with a fluid straight into your uterus. Definitely not fun. But it didn't take long. At least it was pop everything in. All right. Scoot closer to the wall. Okay, good. Scoot closer to the wall. Okay, good. All right, we're done. So, okay, great. So my fallopian tubes and everything looked great. He said he thought he saw a polyp or something on one of my ovaries, and I'm like, okay. So he asked me if I'd had the blah 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 sonogram yet, and I was like, I have no idea. So I have a sonogram tomorrow. Like, oh, okay. Well, they'll look at that. He's like, my job is to look at the tubes. Your tubes are good. I'm like, okay, good. So, and then as I'm leaving, they're like, all right, you can go now. And I'm like, so I had to fast for this test? They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, my lady told me I needed to fast for my test today. She's like, oh, that's right. They wanted you to have labs as well. All right, go on back. We'll do the labs. I'm like, oh my God, if I'd not said anything, you'd have sent me away and I would have fasted for nothing. I'd have to fast again and come back and But luckily I did say something, so it wasn't all for naught. So I had some more labs today. I had that awful test with the catheter. And tomorrow's just a sonogram. And I'm like, okay, that one can't possibly be terrible. Because the worst it can be is the vaginal wand, and I've already had that once or twice, so it's like, that's not terrible. It's just like, but it's much better than what I had today. So, I'm not sure how many other tests I have to do, but I really hope that was the worst of them. And like when they, with IUI, they administer the sperm via catheter in the uterus. I'm like, okay, so now I've experienced what that's like. It's not pleasant by any means, but it's not terrible. I'd rather a root canal, but at least it was quick. Speaking of root canal, I cracked a tooth. So now this week I also have to make time for the dentist, and it turned out that HR, even though I had opted in for a dental plan coverage, had not actually signed me up for dental coverage. So they're taking care of that right now, and they're getting it so that I will have coverage starting in June, since it's their fault. I opted in, and they just never took the money out of my bank, and they never enrolled me. So I'm now enrolled, and I will go and get my teeth looked at. And this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. So I'm very glad that I got the insurance thing taken care of. It's like, I know I opted in for insurance. Where's my insurance? So, it's not open enrollment time, but I mean, we have a paper trail that says I did not initial that I waived my desire for insurance. I checked which insurance plan I wanted, so yeah. So yeah, this week's another week of just doctor appointments. Who cares? It won't be a lifetime. But yeah, so I am tired from being in a car for forever and waiting in a cold waiting room, and I have a headache because I hadn't eaten in forever. So I'm going to probably attempt to play a video game, in which I will probably play for 5 minutes and fall straight to sleep. But yeah. So Nico is going to go to bed now. Bye.